Vertumnus and Pomona, from Stories of Old Greece and Rome. Vertumnus and Pomona were also Roman deities, and presided over orchids and gardens. Pomona was a hamadryad, and was so devoted to the care of her trees that she scorned the idea of love. Fauns and satyrs approached to woo her, and Silvanus, a woodland deity, tried in vain to approach her. Even the wily Pan was never able to come near enough to her to urge his suit, but the youthful god Vertumnus was not to be discouraged by the nymph's coldness, and determined to win her for his wife. Hoping to catch her eyes and so get speech with her, he assumed various disguises. How often did he carry the ears of corn in a basket under the guise of a hardy reaper? How often he bore a whip in his sturdy hand, so that now you would have sworn he had at that instant been unyoking the wearied oxen. Now he was carrying a ladder, and you would suppose he was going to gather fruit. And sometimes he was a soldier with a sword, and sometimes a fisherman with a rod. But no attractions in the form of man could induce Pomona to leave her orchard, or to admit one of the hated beings. At last the resourceful Vertumnus hit upon a plan that brought him well-earned success. Having bound his brows with a coloured cap, leaning on a stick and with white hair falling around his temples, he assumed the shape of an old woman and entered the well-cultivated gardens. After praising the fruit and flowers, the pretended old woman began to ask Pomona why she had persistently remained unwed, and told her how foolish it was to fly from love. Much to the surprise of Vertumnus, the maiden seemed to receive this advice very kindly, and when he went on to speak of a certain youthful god who had long sought her love, he was delighted at gaining the confession from Pomona that she might be willing to listen to Vertumnus if he came to woo. At this admission, the bold lover threw off his disguise and claimed fulfillment of the maiden's promise.